Almost all businesses involved in the food supply chain have experienced effects ranging from a mild shock to severe disruptions during the COVID-19 pandemic, and further disruptions may be ahead during the second wave. Yet not all organizations have learned critical lessons, and history shows us some companies are destined to remain unprepared for the next waves. Many companies have taken decisive action to survive the pandemic and enhance their supply chain resilience. In doing so, they are protecting their interests and those of their business customers or consumers. We believe that successful firms are taking what is known as a systems thinking approach to enhance food supply chain resilience. In the systems engineering world, systems represent the interconnected complexity of ecosystems that are connected both internally and externally. For example, a food production business is connected to numerous ecosystems internally and to those of their suppliers, business partners, and customers. Businesses have varying degrees of interdependence on infrastructure ecosystems outside of their direct control, such as the power grid, telecommunications, and internet service providers. Other ecosystems include banking and insurance, logistics and technology providers, and various levels of government that provide inspections, permits, and approvals. The cascading consequences of an outage, failure, or cyberattack in any one of these interconnected ecosystems can be catastrophic for any food business. Snowball to an avalanche. When a seemingly small disruption occurs within a company, such as a production line stoppage, the impact may be felt far and wide in the food supply chain. We can view a disruption like a tiny snowball that starts to roll down a mountain and may result in a catastrophic avalanche. The smallest of snowballs can cascade into a devastating avalanche when it comes to food supply chains. Pixels disruptions can result from actions or decisions of individuals, departments, or organizations. For example, in Canada, the Government Food Safety Inspectors Union, citing health and safety concerns, refused to allow its members to enter meat processing plants experiencing COVID-19 outbreaks. Like the aforementioned snowball, this decision contributed to a disruption, the plant closure, with complex, unintended, and potentially devastating outcomes and far-reaching implications, including domestic beef supply and exports. The outbreaks in geographically concentrated meat processing plants in Alberta resulted in approximately 75% of the Canadian beef supply going offline when 3 Albertan facilities closed temporarily. The Cargill beef plant near High River, Alta, is shown in April 2020. The Canadian Press/Jeff McIntosh disruption sent ripples through food services and grocery businesses nationwide and resulted in consumer concerns about food security and increasing prices. It has been noted that Canada's failure to invest in and adopt digitalization accounted for 85% of the technology investment gap between the United States and Canada, and has contributed to Canada's lagging productivity. When that lack of digitalization is coupled with poor interconnectivity among supply chain ecosystems, it results in food uncertainty concerns. Food uncertainty is knowing we have enough food but without the visibility to know where it is in the supply chain. These concerns have led to calls for enhanced supply chain resilience through digitalization. Avoid internal silos to enhance food supply chain resilience during the pandemic. Companies should be using systems thinking to consider the unique requirements of food supply subsystems, livestock, for example, and to prepare for potential systems shocks in these interconnected ecosystems. We believe it is vital to look through a systems lens to understand how future food chains should interact and how risk should. You can read full post on cryptophones. News, link available in text below.